How's it going, YouTube? This is Spearfield7. Today we're going to talk a little bit about my player that I created. I created him back in March. I got on this game a little bit late this year. Found it on sale, picked it up, really loved it, and turned into, a super savage freak of nature. But anyways, I created this guy. He's a small forward, and I've created a couple characters. I've created a guard, an inside center. And I love the small forward position because there's just so much that you can do that other positions struggle at, while also having benefits of the other positions. Now, what do I mean by that? So, if you're a guard, likely you've built your character to be more shooting proficient, and you're just in general going to be speedy. And but the downside of guard play is your physicality is not very good. You can't really bully people around, get physical with them on defense, and your dunking ability is going to be kind of weak because you're going to be probably a lot shorter than taller people, and so you'll get your dunks blocked a lot. Small forwards are cool because they can kind of be a Swiss Army knife. They can kind of do a little bit of everything. This guy is very good at being physical on defense. I can push people into bad shots. I can block very, very, very well. This guy has a tremendous block rating. And I can also, do some pretty mean stuff on offense. The only downsides to this character, and by the way, I kind of created this character and patterned him off of Kawhi Leonard. I really like Kawhi Leonard's game in the NBA. He's a wing for the San Antonio Spurs. And I really like his game because he's very, very good at defense. He gives up people a lot of trouble on defense. And he has just enough potency on offense to really make a mark as well. So I think he's a really balanced all-around player. And I know that in character building on 2K, balance is kind of a bad thing. But I think in today's video I'm going to kind of describe a nice way that you can build a really powerful all-around small forward to help take you into park and do some dirty work. So the guy is 6'8", 221, and basically I really like him. I maxed out his body length and his arm length, and I find myself being able to pretty much shoot over anybody. If I'm up against a guard, I hit a lot of contested jumpers over people just strictly because my arms and my reach are longer, and they could have a hand in my face, but unless they foul me or try to block me, I'm going to hit those shots at a really, really super high frequency. Go into my attributes. So this is my guy. This is where we're at on the rating scale. And I'm a 99 overall. And what I did when I first started out, I maxed out athlete, I maxed out playmaker, I maxed out defender, and jump shooter. And you can kind of go in whatever order you want. But this is my build. I think it's a very versatile all-around build. This is really great because you can take those tough shots. You can be a lot more physical. This guy's all about physicality. So he plays rough and tumble and scrappy. And I have a very, very, very reliable contested shot. I don't make them all, but I do make more than most. I would say the average... I make more contested shots than probably average players. So for the jump shot, I use jump shot 70. I just find it's a very smooth, very technically positive jump shot. It allows you to really track your elbow. You want the 90 degrees, you want the elbow up at the peak of its jump, and then let go of the shot button when you get right on top. I just find it's really easy to track this guy's motion and movements. As for dunks, I just about equip as many as I can. I get them blocked sometimes, but with posterizer, transition finisher, and a lot of my inside badges, I have a lot of luck just dunking straight on people, posterizing them, and for the most part, I do pretty well. There's just some situations you can't avoid, and sometimes people are going to stop you, but for the most part, my guy can kind of go inside and outside. The layup, I use the swing. That's a nice little defensive layup. You see the way my shoulder is facing backwards. It's going to be a lot harder for people to strip that. But use whatever you want. I'm a firm believer that animations don't make you better. It's whatever you've kind of figured out that you like in your guy, whatever's more comfortable to you. So use whatever. I mean, of course, just quick release timing. If you're a guard, I'm probably going to be able to bully you physically. And if you're a center, I'm probably going to have a higher chance of messing with you than if I wasn't. Now, of course, with this guy, there are downsides, and we'll talk about those right now. There's a slight speed reduction. You're not nearly as fast as a guard. So the guards that particularly know cheese moves or know really good handle moves, you're going to have a little bit more difficulty bodying them up and shutting them down. But you are going to be faster than centers, and so you should be able to get around centers pretty easily. My guy's mid-range jump shot is pretty wet. I mean, it's almost automatic. Anything inside the three-point line is basically automatic for this guy, for this setup. The only thing I'm kind of sad about is my three-point efficiency. My three-point shot's okay. I can make three-pointers, but it's just not nearly as automatic as other places. I know I'm in my court, I'm just like splashing them right now, but in actual games on my court, I find that it's pretty inconsistent how many threes I hit. So I always, I'm a wing, I try to play the wing, and I try to be looking up to square up for parallel shots, where you're parallel to the basket, just square up, and you can just keep dropping easy buckets. So yeah, the centers are really fucking slow, and when I created a center, I just got tired of how slow I was. So this guy allows you to kind of get around a little bit more limberly, but yeah, you might have some difficulty if you're playing really, really talented guards who are really good at getting around defenders. But yeah, overall, in this game, I've had games where I've gotten 12 rebounds in one game. I've had games where I've gotten 6 or 7 blocks in one game. Of course, I have badges like pickpocket that allow me to steal the ball better. Basically, I give people a lot of trouble on the defensive end. It's very hard to account for me because I'm pretty athletic and nimble, but and I also have enough physicality that I can body up with bigger people. And so, like, when you're playing team basketball and you're trying to assemble a team, I think you or your friends or whatever should try to figure out how to integrate a small forward, because they really do help fill in some gaps, If you're a team of all guards or you're a team of all centers, you're obviously opening yourself up to this Pandora's box of all of these risks and things that could go wrong. And it's just really good to have a kind of mid-range guy like me, like this character, that can play defense really well, can block, can rebound, can steal, can move the ball, can dunk at a higher, rate or a more successful rate than most, as well as hit mid-range jumpers. Because the way that MyPark kind of works is things are either funneled all the way into the paint. You got some players that all they want to do is do one move and go straight to the hoop every single time, which I'm not going to hate on. It works sometimes, but most of the time there's going to be 2 or 3 guys in the paint waiting for you. You're going to get a contested shot, and those just aren't as guaranteed. The other type of player is a type of player who just stands at the three-point line that's just like, hey guys, pass me the ball, pass me the ball, pass me the ball, I'm not going to move. And then they just shoot, whatever. But when you have somebody like a small forward, you have enough athleticism that you can constantly be moving on offense and defense. You can constantly be working the wings for super, super easy buckets. And from this position, this is kind of no man's land. And I don't see people in MyPark going into no man's land very much. They're either way down low and posting up, or they're at the three-point line. But if you can find ways to find yourself open, and you get in this range or this range, most of the time they're going to be out of arm's reach. So once you get the ball, you're probably going to be wide open, and you can just pull it immediately and get some easy buckets. on defenders. I mean, we're just rocking back and forth. We're using the 70 shot, and we're just getting crazy green lights from inside the 3-point line. So yeah, like I said, it's a little bit more inconsistent. It's kind of a different story when you're going for threes in Park. Maybe I'm just not very good at the game. Maybe I'm just not honest with myself, but I really do feel like that is one of its weaknesses, as well as slight speed against faster and smaller players. So this is just a nice balanced guy that I just think is really strong and really cool. So I just wanted to share, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to be back with some more videos soon. Until next time, this is Spearfield7. See you later.